And we're live. Well, no, we're not live, actually.
We're live right now. We're physically alive, and
We are
we're live
here.
in the living room
You know
or
what'd be
car.
great?
What?
It's always talk. Yep, go ahead.
I got my stuff back?
That's not gonna
No.
You're screwed.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What would be great is if one of us died in between when we recorded this and when it was released, and then the we're live thing, we're talking all about how it's live. And then I mentioned how one of us died.
I volunteer.
You volunteer.
So someone's getting murdered.
Or something else.
If they want to see, I
Remember to
cannot
call
say this.
1-800-565 if you're having tendencies.
Speed dial. It's on speed dial.
Sexual?
Could be if you're in a closet in like Bangkok and with a thing around your neck.
That's a thing that happens.
World's greatest father, dad.
Is
World's
that
greatest.
in
yes.
excess? In excess?
In
Was it?
excess.
And King from Kung Fu.
maybe me soon enough. Hey everyone, welcome to
How'd I care to
the latest episode of the MBST podcast, filmed and recorded down here in beautiful Madison, Indiana, downtown.
Does it matter where we ever record at?
Let's record somewhere like completely random.
Like West Side of Louisville?
Yeah, maybe in a car.
We're in Gloucestershire upon the Privy, London, England.
Gloucestershire upon the Privy.
We're in Wales.
It's
That's how they
look,
speak
hey.
in Wales.
And our European
Yeah.
demographic
Yeah,
just
the
turned
1%. Those
The
Scotlanders that we got listening in, they're over it.
Scots, they love me. I have a Scott story.
Go for it.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah,
I was in
It's the
Scotland.
guy that works for you named Scott.
I know this dude named Scott.
He was pretty cool. He had a tattoo of like a wild boar.
He
on
can
his
down
arm.
natties like the best.
He loved
Natty
Natty
Lights.
I was in Scotland. It was the first time I was in Scotland, and came in on a train. You know those old timey deals with the tracks and
The one
whatnot.
you like robbed a guy?
Oh yeah, no, that was in France actually. That's a real story
I wish
too.
they knew.
Accidentally robbed someone. So I was in Scotland. I roll in on the train, you know, old school, you know, Tom Waits song in it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And I get in there, and I have a tendency when I'm in Europe to take on accents, kind of like Madonna did back in circa like 2004.
Was that when she was Jewish?
She went through a Kabbalah stage. She was a
She's a cyst on what part of her body?
She's probably all over. She's old. She's full of cancer. Riddled with cancers.
She's like, what, 70 by now?
This has to be called the Madonna.
Lady Madonna. So I roll in, and I have a tendency to take on accents. I don't even mean to do it. I'm not trying. I'm not like screwing with them, although I have done that for jokes.
The same thing with my landlord. He was British, and I would do his accent back after he asked me about the rent.
Oi, do you have the pence for the monthly charge?
Well, that was horrible.
Like,
Well, they didn't talk like that. I wouldn't make fun of it.
So you're mirroring people is what you did. You
It's
just
an
mirrored.
exact
not
duplicate.
exactly.
You guys thought I was British.
You were
for
a
second.
chimney sweep for
Oi,
a second.
governor.
You're a fish
Where's the
monger.
rent?
You could have been like on
Are you
a side
from, are you
street
from
in Game
Essex?
of Thrones.
Like, where are you from?
Oi,
He's not from Essex. He is not an East Sider.
I ain't from Essex, I isn't.
East Side?
He's so. So
As you were saying.
so
3 minutes
So
in.
I rolls in to Scotland, and I'm wearing a Philadelphia Flyers hockey jersey.
Nice.
You've told me this lame
USA.
story before.
This isn't a good story. I never claimed it for it. I just said I had a
It's
Scott
just a story.
And
I
so
mean, he's right.
I roll in, and I'm in that jersey, and they're friendly folk, you know, the Northerners. Actually, Southerners, friendly folk too. In fact, all friendly folk in the greater Great Britain area. I've never.
Except the ones in hostels.
Is that a thing? I thought they were more in like Eastern Europe.
Yeah, it's the Dutch.
Oh, the dang dirty Dutch.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, hello.
Put my finger in the dake.
Dake.
This has to go.
Just keep saying dake.
They walk up to it, clip, clop in their wooden shoes.
Hey, and also watch your language.
That's
That's what they call the thing.
You're gonna get canceled by U-Haul renters. That's a whole thing. So we're in a Philadelphia Phillies jersey.
Yes.
And one of the local folk,
Walk a fuck.
the local folk, comes on up to me, and he's like, "Oh, what have you got here? you know what, something out of Jersey. Or it's football. You know, he really did go into this whole thing. I'm like, and I mirrored back.
Wait. So it's a Philadelphia Flyers.
Philadelphia
Hockey.
Flyers, but it has a big P with, it's a hockey jersey.
Oh, it's like football.
Courtesy here.
Football.
Actually, he's like, he's a football. But I understand them fine. When I'm in Europe,
Don't know how.
especially Britain, Ireland. Now, Ireland, but they can be a little under drinking, but typically I understand them. This guy was a true Scot. And I understood what he was saying. And
son of Scotland.
And I, for some reason, mirrored back slightly, but I didn't mirror back a Scottish accent. I mirrored back a Southern British accent. So instead of him the harf here, now he was doing and I was like, it's just some football. I was just, it's like,
I'm from Dublin.
and I mirrored back more of a British accent, but sometimes with Dublin accents, they're very light. Sometimes the accents in Dublin aren't super strong accents. And so, ironically, with what I was doing, I was like, it's not football. Oh, it's not football. No, actually, it's a bit of hockey. And I said it like that. It's a bit of hockey.
Hockey.
And on the ice, and he
immediately was like,
he said, and he said, so are you from Ireland? Only he didn't say it with an Irish accent. He said it with a Scottish accent. He said, he said, are you from Ireland? And I said, no. He said, are you from the South? I went, no, I'm from the States.
From the States?
And the one thing half of this I made up because I don't remember the words I actually said, but I can tell you directly. My response was, no, I'm from the States. And I said it pretty much just like that. No, I'm from the States. And he looked at me with like a look of confusion and a little irritation. Like,
I'm going to fight you.
Are you throwing me a waddle jab? It's like, I threw him off enough where he was a little bit annoyed. And he's like, I'm
going to box your ears.
He kind of looked at me. He's like, all right, take care. He walked away.
But he was embarrassed.
He didn't know what else to say. He had this whole conversation thinking that he was talking to a fellow Great Britain.
What he should have said was, thanks, for saving you on WW2.
Oh, because, I really did anything. When people throw the old we out, the plural, when it's clearly you were never part of the plural.
I'm sorry, your facial structure does not say... I can't say that, never mind.
Say what?
I have to go ahead
Facial structure doesn't say...
The structure of your face.
Oh, that's British. I'm like full-blown Irish and British.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm like hardcore. My name is Old English name, Cockhill.
Cockhill.
Yeah.
From the Cockhills up north.
Yeah, actually, Old British.
It's like a baby's form.
They went to Ireland pretty early.
Maybe your family knew the Mannins.
The Mannins!
Oh, it's the Mannin clan.
Are you also...
Yes, Irish and French.
What?
Yes, Irish and French. Deshawn.
So you did give up.
Deshawn, what are you?
He is Old Norse.
What's my last name?
German and Irish. It's Kelly,
Yeah.
which is like Johnson or Jones or Smith.
There's two Kellys in Ireland.
Kelley or a U with just the Y.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
some were Catholic, some were
It's
Protestant.
Deshawn Kelly.
I don't
From
think
the
that's
Kelly
quite
clan.
the only
I heard
reason.
that. I heard that in school.
Yeah, but I was my boss from Ireland when I worked for the emergency freight company. His last name was Kelly, Kelly. Ton of Kellys. They're just everywhere. And there's a lot of them.
Charlie Kelly.
I just watched that actually.
Where
they're
he
in
meets his
Ireland.
dad, yeah.
Where he meets his dad, and it's always sunny.
I like how Charlie's just like obviously has a learning disability, but he can speak perfect Gaelic. You're my da.
And they get the great scene in that where Frank's trying to like screw with his dad.
Oh yeah, get him to eat the poop.
He's trying. They mentioned about pooping the bed. He's like, oh, what's happened? He's like, oh no, we did it like one time. It was for fun or whatever.
Eat the sausage, Frank.
And he's trying to get him to eat
Eat the sausage.
Yeah, Charlie knows it's a trick, and he puts it in his mouth and just holds it there.
And they're in a haunted castle, right?
Yeah, that's great. Good stuff. It's always sunny.
Great show.
You can find it on FXX.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Well, guys, as I was saying...
That was the
You had-
podcast. Thank you for lecturing.
Yes, welcome to the MBST podcast. And speaking of, you know where we're at. We're downtown. There's the shop. Madison buys
S3E6.
Shawn's trying to make money for his woman.
I should look at the camera the whole
She'll
time.
hurt me if you don't buy things.
She will. She has. But speaking of the shop,
Which
there are
hurts
some
you.
events. We do want to talk about some events coming up, especially one in particular.
Absolutely. You want to get this out of the way?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's talk about it. Last year, I just want to say that I felt like a man on his own. Everyone mocked and ridiculed me for the ideas I had, especially these two. And I came up with a brilliant idea. I would say amazing, or maybe I should say
Not so
amazing.
Ah,
The not so amazing race.
Got
So we did this last year, and it actually was, I would say, a pretty good success.
It is probably, to me, it's the most successful thing we've done unintentionally. Like it had an overwhelming response of people,
Yeah,
interactions.
race.
The news people came here. There was a lot more. It was just for something that like we didn't. Even, realistically, you put a lot of effort into it.
yeah, so watch out,
But
Joe Rogan.
but we didn't put a lot of effort in it overall. Like there was not a lot of, there wasn't super marketing for it. There was one of the
Yeah.
things that we kind of just like, we're just gonna do this. It'll be
Yeah.
fun. And all of a sudden,
Yeah, a lot of people. seemed to
yeah.
like it. The people who came, there's around 30 people or so.
Yeah.
but that's
Those are
more than
Yeah, that was solid.
amazing.
And
Great.
and when you're dealing with a small business, especially in downtown situations throughout the
In a
country,
small town.
in small towns, you know, when you can get 5 people to show up for something, it's usually already kind of you're
that's a
ahead
win.
of the game.
It's a win. So when you
So,
get 30
we had
people
30
of all
people.
different races, age, color, creeds.
yeah,
I mean, we had
creeds.
older ladies, we had younger kids, we had families. Like it was
Yeah.
really cool that
That's
all these
pretty
people
cool.
came in and they all had a wonderful time.
And we had sponsors.
Yeah.
We had sponsors. We had Diego's Mexican Grill, the best Mexican food you
How
can
do we
find.
how do we not have a sign for them?
Diego's isn't really a long. They're
Yeah.
not a full time sponsor. You
Yeah.
know, they're part time
Like event
sponsor.
sponsor.
Yeah, they're event sponsors. They need to be a full time sponsor though.
I'm looking-
Diego's needs to be a sponsor. I think you need to tell Diego's. You need to tell Rosa.
Rosa, my love.
You need to tell Rosa, hey,
Sponsor.
you need to be a full time sponsor
Mi amor.
of the Madison Babble Scuttlebutt
Ding,
Talk
ding, ding.
podcast. So they were
Canceled. You.
Bebop's right here. They were a
That's
sponsor.
not Bebops. That's
Right here, I'm pointing right behind you.
There you go.
Bebop's Pizza, located in Madison, Indiana, the best pizza around. In fact, why do we have the best Mexican and best pizza around for our sponsors? That's great, right? We only want the best.
Because we're cool.
Well, you can't spell best without BST.
That's right.
Hey.
I
Hey.
think that makes sense.
Probably should put a
We
little-
had
Tiny.
we had Shrub
Stands for
Hug.
entertainment.
Shrub Hug. It's hard to say it sometimes.
Shrub hug.
There's no
Hug
hubs.
shrub. Crap.
Shrug hug.
Which one is
Crap.
that?
www.somethinghub.com. Shrub Hug. No, Shrub Hug was great. They sponsored us too. And you can go buy flowers and shrubs, and they're up on the hill.
And
Out,
hugs.
This is your fault, Kyle.
they're out. The hug part. Go get some hugs from the workers up there.
Kyle will hug.
Just go to one of the people who work there and say, "I want a hug." That's what you gotta do. Don't touch me.
Maybe he'll make his boy hug customers.
His boy ain't there. He don't work there anymore.
Oh.
So is it a boy or is it just the help?
No, he's got
saying boy.
his wife works there, Amy. She's the one who runs the place. So they were also a big help, and they were part of the sponsorship. So this year we've got a ton of sponsors.
Yes.
Last year we gave away around $750 in prizes.
Wow.
This year,
That's amazing, Race.
not too bad. It's not too shabby.
It's not so amazing. Yeah, it's not so amazing.
We're not giving away $1 million like the real one, but we're doing something.
There's
This
a
year
roll.
we
I
have
thought this was our idea.
more sponsors, and so we're hoping that we're going to be able to give away more like we're trying to hope for double, but we might not get to double, but over $1,000 in prizes, and we're going to have a first, second, and third place winner.
Ooh, so if you're the first loser or the second loser, you still get something.
So get something.
Good.
He first year.
Because you freaking tried. A for F for no freaking way.
Okay, now I want to be very clear with them.
Clear.
So let me be very clear with them.
He's telling us to shut up for a
Yes,
second.
for a second. This is how this works. People have a confusion over what the Amazing Race is if they haven't seen the show. The way ours works is it's a clue-based scavenger hunt. So you get one clue to start. That clue leads you to a second clue. Second clue leads to a third clue.
Southport clues.
So many clues.
A raging clue
Clue.
is always around.
Oh my god.
And
clues.
so, okay, shut up. So
Derailed.
Derailed immediately. So it's clue based, and you have to read the clue and put it together and get a sense of where you need to go. And so you can play as a team. You know, if you want 5 people in your team, you all fit them all in the car. You got a van. You got 12 people in a minivan. I don't care. If you've got 1 person or 2, that's fine too. You will need a car. This is going to be going in and around the Madison area. Can't give you specifics, of course, but it's going to be in the general vicinity. Mm-hmm. And shouldn't take you probably more than an hour and a half to 2 hours to complete. Should be a lot of fun. People had great fun last year, and you were at one of the stops last year, Deshaun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Phil, you were at one. Were people running?
I had people drive up to a park awning. I'm sitting there on a picnic table. I had a car come in and make it a drive-through.
Just drove right into
Drove right up to it, almost into me. Was like, hand me the thing. Took it. Had people running up to me. I had cars like bobbing and weaving through each other to get there. It was for something that was really should have been low-fi.
It got high-fi quick.
It was intense.
I had it where 2 contestants came up and one blocked the other contestant in with their car, got out of the car, got the clue, and then drove off. Like turned around so they still kept them blocked in, then drove off, and then the other person had to.
Savages.
There was some
competition, baby.
There was some real competition. I know Rosa told a story up at Diego's where 2 women got there at the same time. They ran in. She literally sees them run in. You had to say a specific phrase to be able to get your next clue. The one said the phrase real quick, got the clue. The other one forgot to say that she had to say a clue, say the phrase, and didn't know what it was. Had to leave because Rosa wasn't giving it to her, and I don't want her to. So she had to run back out, grab the clue, come back in and say the phrase to get that clue. So people, I think when it first started, when I first gave the clues, I think people were pretty low key.
Yeah,
they were kind of like meandering towards figuring out.
But I think as it picked up, it picked up.
Yeah.
And so we want you to come out and play. It's free to play.
It's entry free.
It's entry free. You have a chance to win over $1,000 in prizes.
So what's stopping you from participating?
That's right.
Are you lazy?
It's October.
You suck.
October the 15th. It's a Saturday.
And it's not going to be as hot as it was last year because it was...
Well, we're doing the fall, so it's going to be cooler than last year.
Because last year it was...
One of the reasons why I held off this year until the fall, to give us a little time for
it also made people ask about it. Like, because people were like, when out of everything we've done, this is probably one of the most requested things we got asked to do. So
yeah, a lot of people have been asking.
That's good.
So hopefully people come out. We want you to come out. It's free again, and we're gonna keep up on our Facebook page because we're gonna show you give you some details heading into it. It's gonna be around 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, October 15th. Mm-hmm. There are gonna be T-shirts available for pre-sale. So if you want, and it's going to have our logo, have the logo for the event that Phil's working on. I'm sure in the moment he's working on it. Right now he's working on it. It's going to have the event logo.
If only I had the equipment to do so.
It has the event logo, and and you'll be able to buy it for pre-sale. I think it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 or $6. Don't hold me to that. And you'll be able to wear it as a team.
Lying.
Or you can wait until the day of and buy it. It'll be a little bit more expensive. But the point is that we're trying to do something fun for people and create this. Last year, City Hall even called me and heard about how great it was, and they wanted to do their own and wanted some input. So I think it turned out well. This year, I'm trying to make it even bigger. Mm-hmm. These 2 will not be at a stop on the race. They're going to be competing in the race together.
Don't let me hang it.
Look at this.
Don't let me hang it.
Look at this. Yeah.
Team MBST.
Right. And so they're going to be competing, and if you beat them, now, granted, they can't win any prizes, and they won't know anything. I haven't told them they won't know anything. But if you beat them, you'll win a little something extra. So even if you finish like 4th, they finish 5th or 6th, the 4th and 5th place people will win something.
Does everyone get a thing if they beat us? Like, for example,
everyone who beats you.
So, say we're in 8th place out of 10 people.
7 people will win something.
So you just got to be better than us.
Yeah, you just got to be better. But they're not jumps here. Phil ran the event last year as I tested like a lab rat. I tested it on him to make sure it wasn't too hard and he understood and he figured it out. And you actually did it.
What was my time? Like an hour?
38?
Yeah, somewhere around hour 40.
Like
they ended up beating your time, I think. I think someone, when they did it for real, they beat your time. I think the first didn't they?
Just barely.
But he actually did really well. He had a few mishaps. But the point is that it's something that I think you'll have fun. I think you'll have a good group thing, or if you're going to do it by yourself, and just come out October 15th, around 10 a.m. Be there early, 9:30.
Be there.
And
Just
got confirmation from another sponsor that, as of right now, unless something barring any kind of major issues, Mad Dog Nation, Mad Dog Hot Dogs, is going to be set up that morning.
Oh, sweet.
Maybe doing some breakfast, maybe doing some lunch, don't know yet. But they're going to be out front.
I had a delicioso.
Delicioso.
Pimento.
Oh, did you get the special?
Oh, it was good.
Pimento. So that's another local business that we kind of do a lot of cross-promotion on.
Of course, can't go wrong with the big dog.
Mad Dog. Yeah.
The pimento cheese with
Biggest
potato
wiener in
sticks
town.
and bread. That's not what they say. Bread and butter pickles. It's delicious. So get yourself a weenie.
What stuff?
I think we plugged the event pretty good. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, dude, it sounds like fun in all seriousness, and people should sign up.
They really need to sign up.
Yep.
There's an event page on our Facebook. Go ahead and let us know what you think. We want you to, if you do participate, film stuff. Take some videos.
Yeah.
We'd love to see.
Because we had a news article thing last year, and they made a video. Because I took video of people coming up. I think Phil and Brandy did too. So please take some footage, have some fun stuff with it. Live stream.
There's going to be a hashtag for those hashtag people.
And you'll have instructions on how to tag our page and things of that nature.
Absolutely. Should be a lot of fun.
So please share.
We just help us grow it, because we're trying to do something for the community.
We're doing this for y'all.
And we're it's so easy to live in a place where you don't really have anything to do. And I've been around tons of small communities and small towns that are not bad places, but they're just boring. And so let's try not to be boring.
You suck, other small towns.
That's right. Come out and support it. Right? That's all you can do. You have to support it. That's it.
Do it.
What's on the next order of business?
Well, on a happier note, I've lost everything.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Good times.
Hey, I call Phil. Think about how amazing this is.
Okay.
First letter of his name. What is it?
Poor.
P.
Okay.
But it stands for poor, but also, wait for it,
Fat.
Phoenix person. He's going to be a phoenix.
Phoenix person's the whole word.
Rising from the ashes. He's lost it all.
Wow.
Except his weight.
Jesus.
That was a good
add-on.
Wow. Well,
have you gained any or lost any?
This will be my last episode.
Ironically, isn't it weird when people go broke, they gain weight, but shouldn't they lose weight based on the
because they buy cheap food? McDonald's is cheap.
But they don't have money for food. They should eat bologna and white bread.
This is what I put up with, even when things are going fine.
Eating expensive or healthy is expensive.
Actually, Phil's having a great time. He just learned that he's not receiving any of his stolen gear back.
Yeah.
Because
thank you, LMPD.
Because the Louisville Metro Police Department
watch it, guys. Watch it.
Would rather not do a lot. And also, don't trust the West Side.
Yeah.
West Side. Don't trust them.
And don't go to Shorty's because they ain't gonna help you.
Shorty's.
You just burn every bridge.
Burns.
That's not a bridge I wanted to cross anyway.
Burns down video, so no cops can catch any thieves.
Yeah. So. Well, just to kind of let's put some context here, I guess.
Listeners
are just like, what? What's going on?
I thought your life was good.
What's going on? So essentially, about 3 weeks ago.
How's that condo going?
Huh?
Go on.
Huh?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
He's trying to intersperse some clever dialogue, but he's whispering.
He's trying to hurt Phil some more. Why do you hurt me so?
Just like Tom York, I'm going to go with hey, stop whispering.
I did not get the untimely reference. I'm sorry.
This was like 1992.
Says was it untimely?
That's my Tom York impression.
I love Tom York.
Well, anyway, so about 3 weeks ago, I was doing my side hustle down in Louisville.
Side
hustle? Please just
I don't want to say straight up DoorDash. I want to make it sound somewhat cool.
Yeah, we know. Your ego was tainted. It was slinging hamburgers.
DoorDash.
Listen, this is going to be a great way for you just to lose all ego. You'll be an egoless.
This is a therapy session.
This will make you so much better.
Make you so humble or modest.
Yeah, you need to lose that ego.
Yeah.
You were doing your side hustle?
That's that huge ego I
This
had.
is the way you lose it.
Sean hates the term side hustle. Sean hates the word hustle.
But I'm fine with you
which,
saying.
granted, the hustle
If
culture
you said
is
hustle,
BS,
different.
But anyway, so I was door dashing. So I was door dashing, and literally I made a delivery. It was like a 20-second thing. I was away from the car. I returned to where I parked the car. I was maybe
40 seconds,
Like-
50 seconds.
30, 40 seconds.
Did you leave your keys in the ignition and stuff?
Well, it's an older car. There's issues with locking it and stuff like that.
AKA, I left the windows down and also had a note on it that said, steal me.
Pretty much. But yeah, I returned and the car was gone. So yeah, that's when everything just kind of, I started going into action. Started, of course, with a panic attack.
I went into action,
I went into action immediately.
by hyperventilating and trying to find the paper bag.
So number one, I had a panic attack and screamed at the
I
sky.
pooped.
Why God?
Did you do the traditional up
It
into
was-
the...
it
No,
was
he
more like,
platooned it.
I'm going to
Double
find
knees.
these people and kill them, and then I cried and fell to my knees.
Okay.
But there was a lawn crew.
Yeah, there always is.
It's in the area, right in front of the area where the car was
They
taken.
speak English.
I was gonna say,
Yes,
like,
yes, they were.
were you able to understand the clicks and whistles?
They were old white men. Yes. So I asked them. They had witnessed someone get in the car and just speed off, but they said there were cameras around the building where where the car was parked. I called the police up. I do a police report. Now I will say this: within about 2 hours, the car was recovered.
Did they steal your phone too?
No.
Okay, your phone was out of the car.
Pocket.
Which, yeah, that's the thing, too. They stole not only the car, but I had items in the car, including my laptop, my wallet with all my cards, computer bag, things of that nature, and the accessories thereof.
That sweet mouse.
Such a big mouth.
Nice sweet mouse.
So, yeah, there's that, which kind of sucks, too, for a ton of reason. But I will say the police did recover the car within about 2 hours.
Did they press charges of the person that stole the car?
Well, that's the thing. They found the car located. I was able to actually track them with my iPhone because they took the laptop.
Geocaching. I understand.
So we were able to get an address.
Not so amazing race.
So we were able to get an address, and I reported the address. So the police went over, they towed the car. The thief apparently took the keys, locked the car, which very, very smart. You want to be safe, especially when you're
She didn't want a new car stolen.
You gotta protect your investment.
But so the car is locked up at the LMPD impound at the moment.
Whoa, still?
Yeah, we just.
Whose car were you? I thought you were driving your car.
No, it was a relative's car.
What relative?
I don't want to say.
Please say it's your mom. Please say it's
You go
your
right to hell.
So you took your mom's car. The DoorDash stole your mom's car.
I already feel like garbage.
Notice I say nothing.
I know, because you're a good friend.
I never said I was your friend. No,
I'm talking to you.
I'm just making it clear.
Okay, so they stole a car.
That's what
of a
confused
relative.
me. So I was like, well, I saw you drive your car today. So I
Yeah.
really didn't know
thought it
your
was
mom.
his car too.
I thought it was your
I just
car.
assumed it was.
Because I was like,
didn't
I
know.
even told him when I saw you post on Facebook, I was like, they stole a gold stickered up car. That is so stupid.
Yeah.
So
Hey, freeze free.
Well, even if they did, apparently the LMPD
remember,
wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
fun fact, they stole my yellow truck working one day.
But they brought it back.
They did Canary. Yeah, they brought it back.
and they gave you extra stuff.
Yeah, glasses and peanuts. True story
Hey,
too.
you got some extra out.
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
Peanuts.
Well, I lost both hubcaps. So as you were saying, so your car's your mom's car is an impound.
Yes. So
Okay.
we're getting that back next week.
That's so sad.
But the thing is,
But they couldn't press charges even though the car was it at their house?
no.
They just dropped it off.
Yes, it was at their apartment.
But it's an
complex.
apartment, which is there's no one that has a house, and they're all trash, garbage people. They live there.
Trash? Is that drug trash?
Yeah. I was
Oh,
trying
drug
to.
trash.
I like the word.
Yeah, I was
I'm
trying
gonna
to
use
make
that.
something up. But you know, you can't pin it on anyone easily. It's just parked in a parking lot.
And it's West Side. They ain't snitching on each other. They family. Wakanda forever.
They know Stitches.
Yeah, apparently Shorty's supports car theft. So
Yeah, good old Shorties.
What's Shorties?
Huh?
What is Shorties?
It's a gas station,
Oh.
food mart.
Den of iniquity.
I think there's about 4 of them in the city, but this particular one is on the
Antiquity.
west side,
Yeah,
the West End. And
What's up? Every time he says West Side, I got his.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was able to get a hold of that particular establishment, and we were able to find the video of the thief.
What was the Mr. Singh's first name?
Oh wow, my goodness.
What do you know?
I'm not going there too much,
Kupar.
but here's the thing.
I've seen Simpsons. I know.
So
what you're talking about.
the manager there,
Mr. Singh. Let's just call him Mr. Singh.
he came off like really supportive and cool. He's like, "Oh man, that sucks. I'm gonna look through the video," and I gave him information that could help him out. And he called me back. He said, "Hey man, I found the video. It's the car you described. This is the thieves used a credit card." And so they were able to kind of track that a little bit. But he's like, yeah, I know it was a woman that stole the car. It's like, she comes in here all the time. I kind of know who she is.
Well, then you already have an ID. You have a witness, ID witness.
Yeah.
So why couldn't you still pin it on them?
Well, because Shorty's...
No, it doesn't matter. He watched the footage.
Indeed.
That's
eyewitness.
That's an eyewitness because he
Right.
literally watched the footage
Indeed.
and he knows the person by name and they shot there.
Right.
Should be enough.
Well, I let the cops and detectives handling the case...
Bad boys! What you want? What you gonna
Anyway,
do?
so I let them know this information that, hey, the Shorty's has video of the...
Not only that,
the
but he
thief.
knows the person.
Yeah.
They used their credit card, so they tracked the credit
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
So
So
what
the
happened?
police had that info. A detective called me the following week. It was, just
Passion.
rehashing.
I'm gonna buy a crappy iPhone and put it in my truck now. I put it at the bottom underneath
Yeah.
the. Yeah, that'd be
So I
smart.
gave him the information on that. He called Shorty's, and then called
Where
me
can I buy
back,
an iPhone at?
saying,
For cheap.
saying.
That's a bicycle trade.
So here's the thing. So Shorty's apparently in that time, within 3
3
days of talking to this guy,
Okay.
erased the footage.
Why didn't he record it immediately or take a video on his phone, or why didn't you go down there?
Right? I don't know.
Well, they said. Well, first off, they said that they keep the video for like 30 days.
Yeah.
They said that we don't worry, we keep the 30.
That's an inside
Yeah,
job.
just
That's an inside job.
I know it's a conspiracy against
He's like,
me.
yeah, I know her. I know her well.
And the dude was
She's
like,
my
yeah,
wife.
Just get the cops down here, and yeah, I got the video, man. We'll see what we can do. But then, that's what happened. So I'm
Which one of us is
No, I was about to say, I want to watch your breath.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I'm gonna start laughing. You start laughing as I drink because this is actually not
It's
disgusting, Jay.
It's gasoline.
It's gasoline, but little known fact, everyone: gasoline, J&B, indistinguishable.
No, gasoline tastes better.
Tastes the same.
I put it in my car.
But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at in this
So
3 week
So
story.
Odyssey.
so there's nothing you've heard about.
Have you met a Cyclops? This feels like you're on an Odyssey.
So Homer wrote this.
But essentially,
Iliad,
I'm
but-
probably
Yeah.
never getting. We got
Did
the
you do
car
Odyssey
back, so
too?
that's good. But I'm not getting those items back. And the big problem with that is one of the items was my laptop, and that kind of cuts my ability.
And
to
you can
work
still see
in half.
it being there because it's still active.
Yeah,
It's at their
at least
house.
that's its last known location. Because
They probably died.
Yeah.
Or they broke it.
I
or
doubt they
sold it
have
for
the
parts.
wherewithal to charge it, unless maybe they do. I don't
But it's
know.
hot. They're gonna keep it for a couple weeks before they sell it.
But yeah, so I'm down a laptop, and so
On other news,
When I have-
I'm looking for any Apple laptops. If you want to bring them Madison Bicycle Trade, I'm willing to purchase
Yeah.
your Apple laptops, people.
yes, MacBook Pros
Especially those.
yes.
So Phil,
But yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with.
emotional damage.
Plus family drama, but I won't get into that too much.
Yeah, let's not delve into the beats.
You should write country music.
I should.
After this year, you should.
Anyone can.
No, but
And I would write good country music because it's about the stuff that good country music's about.
I got my feet in the sand and my laptop stolen
Ooh.
by
Or
a
you could have
hoe in Louisville.
I was thinking like maybe anthem rock it, like a Springsteen style.
All right. Okay.
Cracking the sidewalk, stolen car in Louisville.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
You got the win out nap now.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know if that's
Comes
quite
in with saxophone
Springsteen.
solo.
Oh, now that's more Springsteen. There you go. You're bringing this.
And then of course the classic,
big man.
You know,
Baby, I am lost a car.
Baby, I was born to be stolen from.
Yeah, I feel it.
I feel it in my loins. The tender loins.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Does Springsteen make you hungry?
Makes me hungry, yes.
Well, you know what? What will help with that hunger?
Anthem.
Drugs.
I thought you were about to do the one.
Yeah.
Actually, one of our fine sponsors, and let's get a word from them. And we're back.
That was perfect. It's just my anger time.
So, Shawn.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, sir.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh my God, Jamie Foxx.
Okay, out of everything that we're starting
So
from,
Shawn really wanted to talk about this.
It just kind of dropped in my lap, you know. So Jamie Foxx was in Louisville last week, and he had his mom's car stolen from him. And
So I'm just like Jamie Foxx. That's pretty cool.
he was dashing, you know what I'm saying?
he was doing a side hustle.
He was doing a little bit of a side.
He was that hustle culture.
He was playing
As
Sharonda.
a scam.
Was he really in Louisville there last week?
No, not that I'm aware
There was a comedian
He was
there
just trying to connect
a couple
them.
weeks back. There was
I'm just talking.
Oh, the Machine. He was in Louisville.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bert.
Bert Kreischer.
Yep, he was
Bert
just there.
Kreischer.
There was another
Good
celebrity
old
there
Bert.
recently. I can't
Let's get
remember
Bert
who
on the podcast.
He might do it.
I actually listened to his.
Yeah, Bert's fun.
I don't listen to ours.
I,
I had
Two Bears,
Tom
One
Segura,
Cave.
Two Bears, One Cave.
The Kool-Aid one?
Yes.
That's hilarious. That's the best.
do you okay? So I only listen to one podcast. Tell me.
The
I would like to know
MBST
this.
podcast, right?
Yes. What? No, actually, I do listen to this sometimes.
Okay.
Like not like to listen to us because I'm loud and obnoxious most of the time, and that's hard to hear.
That's an understatement of the year.
Hey, that's you guys shut up. No, I'll listen to it just for notes, basically. Like, hey, we could have been funnier here, or hey, I shouldn't have
Like right now.
I shouldn't have talked over to Shawn here. Or we shouldn't have both talked over Phil all the time. Who's
Phil?
Yeah, who's Phil?
Yeah.
All he is filling space.
Yeah.
I try not to overtalk.
I won't be here soon.
I try not to.
on this mortal plane. On this mortal plane.
Yeah. No one will miss
So what
me.
podcast do we all watch?
What do you listen to as far as podcasts? Both of you. Both of you. Both of you.
Most of you.
Phil, you start because
JMV Gasoline.
I'm assuming Phil listens to quite a few. I listen to like a
He's got a
handful.
lot of time to fill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does. lot
Well,
of
let's
time to
see.
kill,
In
yeah.
regards to like maybe comedy, Tom Segura and his wife have a great podcast. Your mom's
But women
house
aren't
podcast.
funny, so that's no good.
Well, she is. She's
That's
pretty
a
good.
lie.
I'm hilarious.
And then he's on another one we just talked about with Bert Kreischer.
Two Bears, One Cave.
Two Bears, One
2
Cave.
caves, 3 bears.
There's a number of like
Grindr.
There's a-
the Grinder podcast. There's a number of like
Edit that
I
out.
had a joke there, but yeah.
the Valley Folk. It's another comedy podcast. It's really good. Last podcast on the left is more like murder,
Horror, morbid.
paranormal stuff.
Obsession with Jodie Foster.
What's that one book? What's the book? What's the book?
Huh?
What's the book in the back pocket?
Oh,
Always.
well,
Catcher in the Rye?
It's always Catcher in the Rye in
Yeah.
the back pocket, underlined with pencil
Yeah.
before
Of
highlighters.
course, our friends at Paperweight Entertainment.
That's right.
I didn't know we were going to mention that.
Hey,
what's
one I listen to. That's fine.
So, podcasts that you listen to, more than one, two?
It's not really.
Are you sporadic?
It's very sporadic. Where if I want to listen to something particular, like Rob Lowe's podcast, I listened to it recently just because he had an interview. I can't remember the interview he did.
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe,
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
the
Rob
one,
Roy.
the singer that also did a dirty movie.
I am confused. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Robert Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Stop it.
What? I Rob Lowe?
Rob
The
Lowe.
actor.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about a sun god who likes cocaine.
Rob Lowe.
Rob.
Blow.
Anyways,
Raw blow.
I listened to his recently. I do a lot of the wrestling ones. Not a lot of them, but like
you're a
Stone
freak.
Cold Snake Pit.
no, like
Or whatever it's called.
Jericho's, because he also interviews like actors, musicians, and stuff like
I
that.
heard his walls fell down.
Yeah, Frank Wallstead. And then Two Bears, One Cave.
I've never listened to that really.
off and on.
I just a little bit.
I've listened to some of Joe Rogan's just because, but I do a lot. I like more of the video style stuff, like the wing, like the what is it, the hot ones. That's not a podcast per se.
I get it. I watch
but that's in that same realm of like I'll watch it and listen.
But that's the thing, Joe Rogan, you can watch it.
Yeah, that's what. So like I do a lot more of I watch interviews versus I listen to podcasts. But like
the same. Do you do off of actual podcasts like Apple Music?
No, it's always YouTube.
YouTube,
or sometimes TikTok. It just depends.
But I don't even know what TikTok is.
I deleted TikTok.
Good idea.
I watched some
TikTok's trash, and if you're on TikTok, you're never mind.
But like,
it's okay, Grandpa.
I hate TikTok.
Okay.
It's so stupid.
But yeah, I do a lot of the video ones, and that's it's sporadic. So yeah.
Joe Rogan. It's the only thing I really watch. Listen to.
But do you listen to every one of his episodes, or do you pick and choose? Like, I want to listen to them because
He gets tinfoil hat people on sometimes. That it's like I'll start listening to him. I'm like I can't listen to this.
Chris Van Vliet. That's another one I listen to. He does interviews of a bunch of everyone, but he does a lot of sports and actors and stuff like that too.
I like Joe Rogan because he does keep an eclectic mix of people on. And here recently, because people started, try to cancel him, and there's a lot of actors and people who.
You don't listen to Logan Paul's? He is the biggest podcast in the country.
No, I don't listen to him.
This is bigger than Joe Rogan.
No, it's not. Joe Rogan's
That's what he says.
Joe Rogan's number one. Joe Rogan's deservedly number one. He keeps it pretty real, but he does he veers into subject matter like that makes me just kind of go, okay, come on, guys. Like when he gets
some of it's nonsense.
The alien apologists, like the people are always like, no, not the aliens are just a little real. I met one last week. They have so many stories, and he tries to like give it some credibility, and because he's a believer, or at the very least, he's a believer.
A believer.
Like he's a believer, or at the very least, he's hey, maybe it could happen, maybe it's real. And so he's a little more open-ended, Joe Rogan, listening and dealing with these people. But some of these people that have been on there, they're just straight-up liars.
I like a lot of the episodes where he gets, like, DeGrasse Tyson or some of the other scientists.
I don't like him.
Well,
I don't like him at all.
They talk
Tyson
physics and stuff.
Whatever.
I think he's remarkably full of himself.
Well, you see.
Yeah, I don't like his way.
The galaxy. Yeah.
All I know is he was in an epic rap battle once, and that's all I'm saying. I didn't know who he was before the epic rap battle, so so I'm just gonna be real.
Yeah,
don't know who that is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
No, he's got some. He's had some good.
I'm a Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I like when he has Bert.
Bill.
I like when he's got Bert and Segura and a couple different guys.
Oh yeah.
All on together, and it's just a free for all.
Yeah, it's just a laugh fest.
It's great, and they pretty much always rip on. What's his name? Thin dude, Jewish guy. I can't remember his name.
Bill Burr?
Brian Callen.
Is it Brian? No,
he's from Fighter and the Kid.
No. This is like one of the super close ones. He's been on a bunch of podcasts on his. He's a. Come on.
Jewish guy. It's literally like...
What's this have to do with Jamie Foxx?
What are we looking at? Rogan?
Yeah.
You should put Jews on Rogan. Why
not Seth.
Read the first one. It said, Google search, why are Jews so smart? Click to learn more.
Ari Shafir. There we go. Ari.
Joe Rogan explains why Jews are so smart. That's why he's number one.
That's funny. Ari's great. Ari's one of those people though. He seems like they all are friends, but Ari is like the wild card. And like there's of course a famous Joe Rogan set of podcasts where Ari admits that he's like spiked, basically given drugs to them without knowing, and like all these things. Like he's pretty wild card, and they're like, Segura is like, that's not okay. He's like,
so wait. There's a published episode.
Yeah.
Where they're all spiked with drugs.
Well, not spiked in the moment. He's telling a story about how they weren't like one of them or two of them or whatever it was. They were doing the they were all trying not to drink or take any drugs during a certain month or whatever. And Ari's like, screw it. He's like, oh, it doesn't matter. And so he wanted to do drugs, so he wanted people to do drugs with him. And so he spiked. I think it was Bert, but I might be wrong. It was Bert. I'm pretty sure, because Joe was like, I'd mess him up if he did that to me. Like, we'd have a major problem.
And Joe Rogan, he's got a heck of a sidekick.
Yeah. He's gonna
Sidekick.
Joe Rogan. I don't like Joe Rogan's like overall like everything he does, but that's the great thing about not agreeing with someone 100%.
We still enjoy their
able
stuff.
to listen to someone and be like,
absolutely.
I take this from it, and not being like they're horrible and awful people because of this and he has a lot to offer with bringing on interesting different types of people.
Lots of people.
Yeah, that's what I like the most is that it's pretty open.
So you're saying we need to have more people that's not like us?
Yeah, I mean, we need more Ari Shafirs, you know what I'm saying?
We have
I got
Jake.
I didn't say Amish.
You're speaking demographic wise.
All I heard was ISH, and I was like, yeah, we got one of them. One of them Ish boys.
But, okay, Jamie Foxx.
Derailed. I also listen to Pat.
And that's our Jamie Foxx story.
And that, Jamie Foxx was in Louisville.
We already talked about it.
That's
Moving
the
on to the
bookmark.
next subject.
That was it. Remember when Jamie Foxx was in Louisville? Had his ride stolen?
I never met him in Louisville, but I met Mike Epps in Louisville.
Mike Epps, isn't that your father?
You know what's funny? He's a relative.
He's
actually.
a relative,
Yeah, he's
okay.
a
Oh, that's cool.
On marriage side, yeah. I've met him once. So
Nice.
He seemed like he'd be good at cookout.
I did not invite him to the barbecue.
The barbecue. So Jamie Foxx, who is, I will say, I'm not like a huge Jamie Foxx fan on every level, but
a lot of people like him.
I like Jamie Foxx.
There's a big
and I don't like all of his movies by any means. I think he chooses
I
kind of
can't name.
randomly.
I can't name 10 of his movies.
I don't know if I could name 10. I could probably name quite a few, but
He was good in Ray, I thought.
yeah, it was okay. It was a little
Django.
self-serving.
Django was
Django was really good.
Electro. Not a movie, but like
he was in a great
D Django.
Django. I said that last time.
the Django. He was in a great Michael Mann movie with Tom Cruise.
He was a taxi
good.
driver.
Yeah, he was good in that.
I can't name any other movie.
Bait.
That's it.
I remember he was in Bait. Yeah, he was in Bait. But I remember him seeing. I'm older.
On the show.
In Living Color.
Yeah.
Yes.
The show. Yeah.
Yes.
I loved him so much when I was younger. He was my second favorite.
Who was your first?
One of the Wayans brothers.
Which one?
It was.
You don't know which one you racist.
Hold on. But yeah, racist. It was
Marlon?
no, not Marlon. Marlon wasn't. No, it
Not
was
Shawn.
No,
It was Keenan Ivory and Shawn were on the show, right?
They was
All of them were on the show at one point in time.
but Keenan Ivory was the one who was like created the show.
Yeah, he was the creator.
Isn't it like Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey was good, but I was not even a huge fan of Jim Carrey on the show. He was
the-
good.
He was a diversity hire.
He was just a hot commodity at that time. That's why he got hired.
It was. Come on, why don't you give me any of the really?
You looked up the show Wayne's Brothers. You didn't look up the family.
How many
He's
are there?
brothers, how many? Like a
5.
million.
There's 5. There's right there. Oh, those are women.
sisters. That's Kim when she was on the show, I think.
Are you
Just look up
Are you
who all-
only counting the
look at
ones that
them.
were on TV?
Huh?
Are you only counting the ones that were on
I
TV?
don't count the other Wayans, the unknown Wayans.
Which one was going to be Robin?
It was.
it Damon?
Marlon, wasn't it?
Is
No,
there-
Damon was the one I liked.
Yeah,
Marlon
Damon
was the one who was
It was
going
gonna
to be
Robin. They paid him.
Oh,
Damon.
that's right.
Because he was going to be in Tim Burton.
Damon Wayans was fantastic. Handyman. Handyman. He was the head detective.
Yes.
He was hobo. What's his name?
Oh yeah. Hey, welcome.
He got a can of
Yeah,
like a big jar.
I love
of
how
pee.
he's giving a mansion to her. It's like 5 boxes,
Five
put,
boxes
together.
put together. He was fantastic. He was my favorite, but Jamie Foxx was fantastic. He was great too.
Homie the Clown.
Homie the Clown.
That's what I was
Homie
thinking.
don't play that.
You just
whack
bop
kids over
people
there.
with a sock. Yeah, love it.
It was a great show, but I love Jamie Foxx on it too. He was my second. And Jamie he's a singer. I mean, he's had major.
No,
hits.
he's
good. He's a
triple threat.
He's
Yeah.
a triple threat.
He really is.
He's great. And but I was reading the story, so he wanted to direct a movie, which is like, moving on up. Also another famous black show.
I've heard.
Moving on up.
I heard this on set recently. Every actor really just wants to be a director.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because you know what? It's the control. It's the control.
Oh, yeah.
Because every
They want
actor has.
credit.
Because you know how many times people are like, actors always put so much input, and they tell. They're like, I feel like it'd be read this way, and the director's always like, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
But every actor wants to be a director.
Yeah.
Well, I think
So,
Understandably.
which that makes sense because you've been on the other side of it. So they're like, okay, it brings a different understanding to
as a
making your
director
own movie.
myself, I know.
Richmond.
I do really know
Yes,
this.
let's have director talk, guys.
Sometimes people give a lot of credit to the director, where they should deserve they deserve credit.
No, because they bring everything.
But they
together.
they're basically like it's like you're at a circus.
Or
And you're the guy in the middle who's like whipping the whip, you know?
You mean the
the
ringmaster, or just compare it to a store.
But you're not doing anything of the real work. You're just kind of like keeping everyone in line.
Compare it to a store. They're the manager.
Yeah, it's a manager.
So you're like, everyone else is doing their jobs, like doing it to the best of their abilities. You might be telling people to do certain things, but at the same time as you're just managing the store. You're not doing every day-to-day operation.
Sure.
So
and a big deal about directors is also the good ones have great people working under them.
They have a certain team, yeah.
Martin Scorsese, if you look at who he's worked with, he works with a lot. Over the years, he's worked with a lot of the same people. He had his one editor he worked with almost on everything for a long time. When you have other people that are trustworthy and you believe in them and they're really good too, that's how you make good product. But it's not you by yourself. But when people see a movie, who gets all the credit for the production? It's almost always the director.
Yeah.
Almost always. And producers, they just go, they give out money.
But you know who gets more credit than the director typically? The lead actor, to me, because to me that's like the poster child.
I think that's only
because that's what sells tickets.
That's middle America. That's not real. That's not.
I'm not saying
cred.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm saying the real
right.
cred, the people who are like writing in movie magazines and the people in Hollywood and the people in Cannes Film Festival, whatever. They like directors.
Yeah.
Especially directors who are working on their own terms. Like, I'm the writer, I'm the director, I'm choosing who I want, how I'm shooting, where I'm shooting. I'm maybe even they're an editor, they're working with an editor. The point is they get a lot of credit, sometimes rightfully, sometimes not rightfully.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a reason, I think, why actors want to become directors. I think they see how much credit the directors get.
Because being an actor is one of the biggest ego trips of all time. Then, of course,
yes,
I get it.
Absolutely.
So he
Jamie
wanted
Foxx
to make a
movie. Yeah.
And he made the movie. And it's got actually quite a few people in it. Pretty big stars. And one of the biggest ones in there is Robert Downey Jr.
Wow.
Was this before Iron Man or after
This
Iron
is
Man?
2016 when the film was either started or when it was finished.
Okay. So this would have been post Marvel stuff.
Yeah, so let's see. And so I'm looking this up.
You won't find it that way.
And no, I found it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was just trying to see what the name of it was. I can't remember.
It was shelved over casting?
Yeah, so this is how it got shelved. So they're going to go to like a NBA. I believe the story is they go.
It's called something a weekend or All-Star Weekend.
All-Star something.
Yeah.
What is it called? It's something All-Star.
It's All-Star Weekend.
Is it called All-Star Weekend? Yeah, All-Star Weekend.
You know what's funny? I didn't see this movie, or I heard about this movie, but I didn't read anything about it.
So I read something recently though. So it's got Gerard Butler, Benicio del Toro,
okay,
Ava Longoria. It's got Robert Downey Jr. It's got other people too.
But
this is the crux. They put Robert Downey Jr. He was playing a Mexican person.
But isn't he mixed?
Robert Downey Jr.?
Isn't he mixed with
Not
something?
mixed with Mexican.
No, I didn't say he was Mexican, but isn't he mixed with something?
I mean, we're all mixed with everything.
He's swarthy looking. He can play. It's acting. Anyone can act like anything.
I know. That's why I'm bringing this up.
But he was literally a black guy doing blackface, kind of.
He was a dude pretending to be another dude. So they shelved it because they felt like the
not representation.
The world that we're in right now, everyone would get like.
But you know what's funny? He looks Latino.
Would be upset.
Isn't Iron Man in the comics? Isn't he like mixed with something?
I don't know if that's
true. I think
true.
he's just a straight up white dude.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Because even how he looks with the facial hair and how they have in the comics.
Person. I mean, I don't think he's that swarthy. So
I think he is. He's more swarthy than Tom Cruise.
Come back next week is me, a white person, and Shawn, a black person,
explain something to
trying to talk about how swarthy people can be until they're either Mexican or black.
But you know what's funny too? Like, it's a black director, so even if you were like, we should cancel this movie, like you actually can't. To me, that makes no.
But the point is that they're saying that they should have chosen a Mexican person to play the role that he was in. But of course, the whole point was, I'm sure this is he I read a quote from Jamie Foxx. It was like, he was in Tropic Thunder. He's like, you already play a black dude. He was like, you're fantastic at that. He's like, I want you to play this. I think it's not Spanish. He's true Mexican. I think he was supposed to be playing this character. And that was, it was going to be a funny role, or it was going to take a play on that. Mm-hmm. But in those years since it got finished, the studios were like, I don't think so. I don't think so. And so today I read a quote from him saying that, hey, we're trying to, hopefully soon, it'll eventually be able to come out.
But right now
we're just hoping comedy, the comedy
goes back
landscape,
to being comedy. Yeah.
He's like, the comedy landscape, he's like, it's just a bad time right now. He's like, people are wanting to beat up on comedy, and everyone wants to try to make everything an issue. So,
but no, comedy, there's so many movies that have been shelved because of casting, or at least people get in trouble. I remember when they did, rather than Hellboy was first coming out, the newest one, homeboy that played Ajax, he was in it.
I remember something.
He was as one of the side characters, who I guess in the comics is Asian.
Yeah. That's right.
And of course he's not Asian, but he could play Asian.
It doesn't matter.
But then they recasted that thing after Uproar, which they picked my guy who plays Johnny Gat in Saints Row, which I'm like, that's fine, whatever. But every movie, there's a lot of movies ever since 2016, you think, 15?
That was 2016.
Or even, well, I mean, around that time is when it's...
Jeremy Piven was in it too.
But like, a lot of movies are getting lambasted for...
They're getting just everything tossed at them.
And then now other people get in trouble for not picking... If this seems super stupid to me, this part seems dumb. People are like, you should hire certain races to play races, certain sexualities to play sexualities, and whatever. To me, anyone can be anyone. It's in a movie.
It's called acting.
Yeah.
And like we had talked briefly, it's like it's something that to me that isn't race based. It's not based on anything that people could be angry about. It's just that they choose to be angry about it. Mm-hmm. It's like if you're making an Asian movie in Taiwan, guess what? You're probably going to have a whole lot of Asian people in it, right? Because that's
what's funny. You might not have the correct Asian people though.
But you might not. But it's the overabundance of people in that area is going to be, of course, Asian people. So you're going to use Asian people. Well, I hate to tell people this if they don't seem to understand. But if you are in a land that is predominantly white, then you're going to have probably predominantly white actors. But
not only that, but like if I was a director, it was like, I want people to see this movie, I would pick big name stars. Like, to me,
I just want the best of the best.
Yeah.
So
that or
like in this situation, it's a good fit. Like it's whatever the funny thing was, whatever the point of it was.
That's my thing with this kind of stuff. It's it's contextual. Like,
also, they've not seen clips of the movie or anything too, so they get subjected to be like, this is racist, or this is insensitive.
Exactly.
Because if they have released a clip and then all of a sudden people got mad, and then you watch it and you're like, maybe that's a little...
If the first clip is him in a sombrero, I'm going to have to say, well, hold on, let me see another clip.
Yeah.
But it might be funny. No, stereotypes...
You think Blazing Saddles could have been made now?
No, there's
no way. Absolutely no way.
Nothing could be made now. That's why we're dealt a bad hand of crap Marvel movies and crap movies that just suck, and remakes of junk that suck to begin with, and they're making more sucky junk remakes.
We should talk about the Joker later.
It's just so much. And it's because there's the viewing audience isn't demanding that they dump these ideas. And eventually they will. Because I think they're losing money hand over fist, which connects into a little bit what we're going to talk about. And I think a part of the issue is what helped create the fall of Batwoman.
Batgirl.
Yeah,
Batgirl's the movie. Batwoman's the show, which also got canceled.
Yeah, because it sucked. It blew. It was a bad idea. It was a horrible idea. And what I was going to say, though, is that film companies are afraid of response. But then they're hit with no one wants to see their crappy woke movies. So you've got either the choice to make a crappy woke movie that no one likes, or make a movie that people actually like and deal with a few fringe people who want to throw fits.
Which one's Batgirl?
Huh?
Which one's Batgirl?
I don't know.
In those two.
Batgirl is the movie I'm talking about. And what I'm saying with that is, instead of going for film and DC characters and some lineage and some things that made sense that people will say, oh, I would like to see this, they instead went with a fringe character that no one cares about. I hate to tell people this, but Batgirl or Batwoman has basically no real major following. Never has. It's not there. If you want to be honest, their following is super, 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 super light. You can look at the sales of their comics whenever they've come out. Over the years, they've made Batgirl and Batwoman comics, and guess what? They're always very low in sales. Whenever you're dealing with a female character, it can be tough. Now, there's female characters that have sold great. But Batgirl and Batwoman, they've never really made something that stands out.
Here's the problem, I think, with some of that, is that they've done almost everything with Batman.
Yeah.
What can you make that's new and original and different? But also, they don't really make a lot of... Again, to me, the selling point of Batman is his villain, his rogues gallery. There's not a lot of cool villains for Batgirl or Batwoman as well.
Batgirl, Batwoman, whatever you want to call them.
Well, there's two different ones.
I know, but to me, it's a cash grab. Whenever DC came up with these characters, that was during a period of time where they were just like, and we've got a Bat Dog, we've got a Batmite. For crying out loud, Batmite,
Batboy.
They had all these bat-related things. It's just to sell books.
But it makes sense to have a female character eventually.
No, I actually.
You don't think so?
Completely disagree. Why would we need a Batwoman? There's Batman. Why is everything got to be bad? Maybe it's just another character in that universe, and she takes up some other role. It could be
they're like the Huntress,
or Bluebird.
Yeah, the Leopard. Whatever you want to come up with. But the ideal of keep using Bat.
But
that's just,
you feel like that was Spider-Man
feels
too?
redundant and a little over the top.
Well, look,
that was Spider-Man
Shawn,
as well?
here's a counter to that argument. How is Batman going to get the shark off of his leg if he doesn't have bat shark repellent?
Bat shark repellent.
So
that belt holds a lot.
My side 1, Shawn's side 0.
I lose.
I like the idea of having a female Batman or having characters. I'm fine with it.
Why do we need that? It's like having a female James Bond. Why do you need it? You don't.
See, to me, that would make sense, too, because that would be, to me, 007 to me would just be a code name.
No, it doesn't make sense because there could be any other 00 whatever, and they could be a woman.
Yeah, but that's my point. I feel like there could be a 006 or 005.
Sure, but why? My point is, and like Kate, my wife, has made this point, and in fact, Ana de Armas, who was in the most recent...
What'd you just say?
Ana de Armas?
I thought you were summoning something like from the Necronomicon.
Ana de Armas.
I was like, what did you say?
Ana de Armas. From the most recent 007, said that no, it shouldn't be. People keep trying to force these things down people's throats. Like, the next James Bond should be a woman. Or it should be a woman.
Or someone of color.
People screaming that. The people who scream those things the loudest, guess what? They're not going to see that movie anyway. Mm-hmm. That's not sold to them. They're just loud, obnoxious pieces of crap who want to force things down people's throat that they themselves won't intake.
I would be fine with a 00 whatever style of character if it was female. It doesn't have to necessarily be 007. Yeah, but that's my point. Like, to me, Batgirl to me is almost like it would be a female 006 to Batman. Batman's his own thing. It's not a girl becoming Batman. It's someone else becoming something similar.
Yeah, but to me...
That's one way half does the other, but like...
To me, it cheapens the Batman legacy, and when you have Batman's Batman.
Do you think they could work if they weren't at the same time?
No,
say years down the line, like when Batman's gone, and like someone's like, I'm inspired by Batman.
Yeah, theoretically, but then there's also the open-endedness of are they really doing this? Are they going to keep up like Batman? They went out the first night and get killed. That would be realistic. It's like where's the end result? Are they going to be trying to show them as just as strong and powerful as Batman? There's a real problem with.
They can be smart. They can be strong in their own way.
Sure.
Yeah,
but that's not what we're going for these days. Remember, it's not you can be strong your own way.
The Marvel movies kind of
you can do physically anything anyone can do. And so when we're in a situation where anything you can do, I can do.
Better. I can do anything better than you.
But it's just delusions.
Yes, I can.
It's straight up delusions.
No, you can't.
And so when we're dealing with a delusional world, this is what we get. We get Batgirl. And no one asked for Batgirl. Believe me, nobody wanted Batgirl.
I'm not gonna lie. He kind of was like, "Are you serious?" And before we started this, we were talking about some stuff we were gonna talk about, and I was like, "I'm not gonna lie, I was excited for Batgirl." He goes, "You were excited for Batgirl?" I'm like, "Yeah." Out of all the DC properties right now, that was the one I was the most excited for.
Why? Why? Yeah, why?
Something different, but also I like some of the people they put in the movie and the
okay,
characters
so you weren't
using.
excited about Batgirl. You're excited about the casting.
Yeah, kind of. And like, I like Batgirl as a character. She's not, of course, she's nowhere close to being in my top 10 or 15 of anything. But I was excited to see something different on the DC side of things. That was still. I'm a big Bat family person. Of course, Batman's my favorite. But of course, I like Batgirl, and I don't care for Batwoman, but all the other ones. But I was excited to see something different, and I don't know. I was excited for it. I'm not a. There can be cool female characters. Just sometimes it doesn't happen that way.
There's great female characters.
Oh no, we talked about on one of our first podcasts.
One of our first podcasts.
Alien.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I mean,
but like in the sense of like
Starling.
But there, I don't know. I was excited for.
When I say that nobody, I'm being.
Of course, being
clearly there's always a handful of people, but you can clearly tell by sales of books.
But apparently they had no faith in the movie.
No, and this is what happened. They made a movie,
and it was almost done. It was.
No, it was finished.
It was finished.
It was finished.
I didn't know if it was a 90%.
No, they were done. The reason why they shelved it is because people sometimes don't understand this. When you make a movie, let's say you spent $100 million. Let's say $100 million on the production of the physical film. So you paid the actors, you paid directors.
Still got marketing.
Well, that's where I'm going to. The production, all that, you paid $100 million. When you make a movie that costs $100 million, typically speaking, you're going to spend about the same on selling the movie. So all those ads you see in the papers and books and magazines and comics and TV shows, that costs a huge amount of money. And it usually costs just as much as it costs to physically make the film. So they looked at it and said, look, this was supposed to be like a $60 or $70 million film.
That wasn't anything.
They paid $100 million to make it because of COVID cost, which is basically people who are forcing things down people's throats. Like, well, you got to pay for extra on this and this and this, and it's got to be safe.
They had 2 or 3 reshoots. And then
so they forced a bunch of crap down their throat, and they went ahead and paid it. So they just spent like an extra like $30 million. So it cost around $100 million. They looked at it, and I think they ultimately
thought this isn't going to make us any money.
That no one's going to see this. They're not going to recoup the $200 million because I mean, remember, it's $200 million.
No, but plus that's to break even.
To break even,
they got to make more than that.
They want to make $400 million just to make it viable. So they're looking at a $400 million, and there's just, let's be real. You can look at what other films have done recently that are bigger properties, and you can compare them. There was zero chance. And that's why they canned it. That's why they shelved it. There was zero chance of it making $400 million or even $300 million. It wasn't making.
And it changed mainly. I think they still would have released it if they didn't do the whole like not new ownership, or they have a Kevin Feige now. Yeah. And to him, he was like, "That's gonna kill us. Nip it," because he cut not only that project, he cut a bunch of projects.
Yeah, you had seen the list of Phil. I think did we talk or did me and you talk about?
I think it was you guys.
Yeah, talked about the list. There's a lot of things that got cut, but they're trying to, from what I read.
Oh no! Did Blue Beetle get cut then definitively?
No,
Blue Beetle's fine.
Because it's already filmed or being filmed, but it's the stuff for HBO Max. There was a number of extra shows that were set.
Yeah, because like Arkham was going to get made.
And they canceled all of them except for a few.
So real quick, Batgirl spoilers. I'm going to do it real fast.
Oh, yeah. Tell us the spoilers.
Because, and I don't know how true this is, mind you. Like, a lot of times if I want to watch a movie and I can't wait, I go to Reddit. And 9 times out of 10, there's one Reddit forum I always find. It's always, like, I've literally read the movie before going. And
I'm like, cheating. It's cheating. I hate looking up
I cheat
spoilers.
I cheat a lot.
I hate it.
So I like to know. I still am going to go and watch it and enjoy it. I don't know. I'm weird. So, when I guess they did they had 2 waves, I guess, of Batgirl. They did like a 1 wave and then they had a second one. So they had like the test screen and then they had like, I don't know if it was a film festival or something just to test it. Apparently, it was not, at first they were like, oh, it's 90% generally liked. Then we found out it wasn't. It was about 50-50. Yeah. That people liked it or they hated it. So, some of the stuff in the film, Firefly was in it. He was the main villain played by Brendan Fraser. Apparently he recovered. He was not a bad guy he was a bad guy when Batman was running around. He was since retired. He was trying to be on the straight and narrow. I guess he had a sick wife. Stuff happened. He's like, I gotta make money, Mr. Freestyle, and he starts lighting people on fire. Killer Moth was in it. He was just a stunt actor. They apparently had a flashback because, of course, that was her first villain.
A lot of bugs that bats eat.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Moths.
So Killer Moth was like her first villain in the comics and the first in the '66 show. So they did just had some stunt actor play him, do something like. Apparently, she got her costume. Why her costume looked real clunky is she steals a lot of it from the Gotham lockup. So her cowl is actually Catwoman from Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. Some of the armor and stuff is from Batman's original suit. Blase. There was no Robin in it. There was Harley Quinn is mentioned. Black Canary is mentioned. No one is seen because they were trying to tie it into the Keaton-verse, but also tie it into the Birds of Prey stuff. Because that was the idea. Was they were going to do Gotham City?
Horrible idea.
They were going to do Gotham City Sirens eventually. That was remember that was a movie that was getting worked on next, and then now I think that got canned way before this, it was on hiatus because they're trying to figure out another Harley Quinn movie. So there's other spoilers too. Just look it up on Reddit. But those are the main ones. It was Killer Moth was in it. Black Canary was mentioned. Harley Quinn is mentioned. Firefly, and he was like a sympathetic. They made another sympathetic villain. That's what they did. And Batgirl gets a new suit at the end. And if the new suit's supposed to be better than the purple suit that you saw.
Right.
And Robin's not in it at all, even though there was a young actor that was attached to it. And apparently they probably did a scene and they probably cut it from the film.
But they chunked it. It's gone. And
Michael Keaton was only supposed to be apparently he was only in the movie for like 8 to 10 minutes.
I have a feeling that it'll show back up at some point.
I think they're going to release it on HBO Max in like 2 or 3 years. They're going to be like, it's going to be like hey, by the way, we're doing this because I honestly think people are going to because this happens all the time when they're like, release this cut. Even if they don't want to watch it, like people are asking for the Joel Schumacher cut of Batman Forever still. And I'm like, honest to God, no one cares, but all we want, because now everyone is so ingrained in meta with the internet, they're like, I want to see it.
There's more nipples.
That's just it. Nipples everywhere. Well, all the way down the line.
I don't think Bat Nipple showed up until
Batman and Robin. Yeah.
Right?
But Joel Schumacher did do a lot of that.
He did. I mean, he made both movies.
Yeah. So I think and give it like 6-9 months, there's gonna be like a trend going, save Batgirl, save Batgirl DCEU, and then literally next year, 2 years, they're gonna be like, okay, you guys have asked for it. Here's the Batgirl movie. But here's the thing, so far no one's asked for it.
Don't think really people are gonna ask that hard for it.
Hey, people are asking for the Schumacher cut. Anything is possible.
No, here's the thing. People who are apologists will want to see it, but not really. They'll just say they want to see it.
I want to still see it.
I'm just saying, there's people who are like that, but there are other people who are completist.
No, and I think a lot of people are going to be more on that side of things.
And they want to see it just because, hey, it was made. It's supposedly part of some universe.
Because it has, to me, actually...
I wouldn't have given $1 to go see that movie.
Really?
But I would have watched it
With Keaton
eventually.
alone, I was like, I want to see it.
No, I wouldn't have paid you anything to go see that movie because it looked like garbage.
But in all the things they canceled... They canceled her, who's literally going to hospitals in the Batgirl costume doing stuff. They didn't cancel the Flash movie where Homeboy is literally murking people out in the streets just violently.
They are. That's right. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Ezra Miller.
He apologized.
Did he?
Oh, okay.
Yep, cool. He apologized. He's in rehab right now for X amount of time.
He needs to stay there for a while.
He talked about his mental health.
He gets out in a flash.
So they're going to keep that movie. They're keeping that movie, right? That's the only thing.
As of right now. I think this is the way they did this.
But they pushed it to like 2024 or something, right?
They pushed it that far?
2023, maybe?
I thought it was 2023.
I think it's 2023, and then Blue Beetle's 2024.
Oh, okay.
And then also like the shows like Peacemaker Season 2, Penguin, like the Oswald Cobblepot from Colin Farrell's Penguin. Yeah. He gets his own show. And then what was the other show?
Green Lantern Corps.
Green Lantern
That's
Corps.
the other one
Who
they're
cares?
making.
Penguins getting...
Don't say who cares. I'm excited for that, too.
They're making... Yeah, I honestly think that could be good because...
Which Penguin?
No, it's...
Colin Farrell's.
The
Batman.
Okay. I kind of like that Batman.
I saw the casting call for it.
I think it's an odd choice.
I think I know one of the villains in the first episodes. I'm excited.
I feel like it's an odd choice for them to make this, considering all that they could do, and they're choosing to make a Penguin-based
I think
TV
they were
show.
initially going to make... They were also going to make Arkham, where it was going to be like... It was going to be a lot of filler stuff for... I just want to see the expansive world.
I only want to see the expansive world if they can actually do it well, but they never do. Whenever they make any kind of Arkham-related thing, it's like, Batman's on vacation.
Or Gotham, where he's not. He's a child
Gotham is here, but Batman's a baby.
The actor is only Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne hasn't figured out.
You know who's
that
fault?
he wants to be a Bat yet.
That's Warner Brothers' fault because they can't use. They wouldn't let the
Yeah.
Gotham use
I'm
Joker,
Jorah
Harley Quinn,
Mormont,
or
but I'm
Batman.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Khaleesi.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Khaleesi.
Did you see the Joker officially got casted for Joker 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joker Do Part Do.
Fale something.
Do it la Fale or something
Yeah.
like that.
Do it la
And you see who's in it?
I did.
I'm excited.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga!
Lady Gaga.
And also,
No.
and it's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed yet, but there's
No.
apparently it's a musical. That's the
not doing Texas.
okay. So yeah.
That
So,
ain't what that is.
Stay without a gun.
so apparently it's gonna be a musical.
Give me my Joker face. See?
Hey,
Huh?
nobody.
Hey?
Joker face.
Huh?
That.
So yes, it's supposed to be a musical.
Hey?
Do you believe this?
I hope.
I think it's a complete screw you mislead.
You think people? Well, it could be. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's
Yeah.
one thing that's really weird is when they released
They're
released.
jokering people's, but I think they're really
So
doing.
Lady Gaga released she released her announcement on her Twitter, and it's a song cover at one
She
of her
was great in
songs.
House of Gucci.
I still haven't seen that's on my list.
really good.
She was good in
She's a good
American Horror
actress,
Story.
yeah.
That's a trash show, but she was good in that, and she was good in
The remake of that
Yes.
movie that gets remade every
30
45
years.
years.
Yeah, the something.
Stars
Born.
Stars Born, yeah.
Born.
She's
pretty
good. She was.
Yeah, she was great in House of Gucci.
I still haven't seen the movie. I
Fine
pinned it.
actress.
I think she's gonna be Harley Quinn. There's no way she's not gonna be.
I feel like this is a giant early what do you call it, the
Getting Rick rolled.
Like misdirection.
April 1st, April Fool's Day joke or something. I feel it's a misdirection. I really do. I think this is just them screwing with people.
I hope it's a musical. Because it seems so stupid. Like, it seems so...
So
it seems like... But also, like, all the music and the dancing and stuff in the first one, you go... But it makes no sense to go from a straight-laced movie
It's like a musical.
to a musical. And you're like, where do you go from there?
In a way, I truly
I
hope
wish they
this
wouldn't
is
have...
happening.
I wish they wouldn't have made a second movie, but now
Yeah.
I'm watching it, I'm like, this looks exciting. Like...
I feel they should have done one of two things. Either just keep it...
Should have
at
been a
that.
one-off.
It was a one-off, or make that a separate. That's a separate historical universe.
I think they should have just done different villains. They
And
should
bring
have
in different villains and eventually move it a few years forward and have Batman eventually.
I would have done like villain movies. Like if they would have done like, we're gonna do a trilogy. We're gonna do Joker, Mr. Freeze, and Penguin. I'd have been like, okay, I'd watch 3 villain movies set.
Mr.
Similar.
Freeze would be an odd one for that universe.
A lot of people said that was the rumor.
But I mean,
or even the director.
It's
Tom
so
Phillips was-
grounded, it would be near impossible to do like a Mr. Freeze that didn't seem too otherworldly.
Yeah.
It has to be super grounded.
Yeah, but that's the one that was heavily rumored, and now he's heavily rumored for the Batman franchise,
Yeah.
which is another it's super grounded. But
Yeah,
like if
they're
they
trying
did,
to
but if
make
they
it
did
around.
3 movies, like 3 villain movies, I'd be like, okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have to connect it with Bruce Wayne. Like even in the Joker, I thought that one scene where like the crime alley thing, I thought, that's not. I don't think that was necessary. Where like you see the people go in the alley and they try to kill those people. That was kind of lame.
I hope.
It was
All I
cool.
know is I hope that it actually. I kind of hope that it actually is a
Full on musical.
full-on musical.
Can Joaquin sing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did.
Yeah, Walk the Line.
Walk the Line.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But it's gonna be weird because he is Joker for. I don't know, bro.
Man, it's gonna be weird.
Maybe it's like a huge mass. Because the end of the Joker movie.
Is it real?
Did that actually happen? Was he hallucinating?
Yeah.
Again, could be that's the whole movie.
You
It's
wouldn't
like
get
a mass
it.
hallucination.
You wouldn't get it.
Yeah. Send in the clowns. Oh man.
Joker talk. What episode's that? Like 7th or 8th?
8th or 9th one. Josh would have been really happy for that one. Oh man. Wow, we're so close to the end. The last thing I would want to say, we're a little over an hour in. I say that just want your feedback here.
Yeah.
Have you all? Now you're not a Marvel guy at all.
Not really.
Have you watched any of whatever phase we're on? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 6? What are we on?
We're still in 4.
We're still on 4.
Okay, it's phase
It's
4.
like 4.5.
Phase 4.
Yeah.
What have you watched from phase 4?
Like full movie. Let Phil
Yeah,
go
like
first.
whatever.
Let
Let's
Phil
see.
go first. 'Cause he'll-
Movie wise, the latest Thor movie, which was
with gore.
Yeah.
I actually liked that movie and thought it was actually quite funny and had some stuff in it that I was like,
That's
how
funny
did
'cause
that get through?
Everyone cracked on that
Oh,
one.
don't get me wrong. There were like the
Some-
goats. The goats cracked
The
me up.
goats just were.
That was just for the meme. That's literally why he said he put it in there, because he goes, that meme made him.
It
Taylor
just
Swift
kept
meme.
going, you know? It was great.
Whenever they had to travel, like, we're going on a journey. Ah!
Okay.
That meme.
So,
the goats.
there was a great joke in there. I'm the only person in the crowd who laughed. And I laughed very loud.
Remind me.
And nobody else laughed. To the point that I'm like, was that a purposeful joke? But they made a cancer joke. They made a cancer joke. That I'm telling you, it was a joke with her, because of course she.
Right.
Spoiler alert: Jane Foster has cancer, and
You mean Jodie?
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
Yes,
Don't taxi. Okay, go on.
Anyway.
taxi driver. So here's what's part of Phase 4, just to let you know.
What was the cancer joke?
They made a joke that he made a joke
Don't
to her
yell.
about, and she made some like little riff on something about
okay.
cancer, and I
Well,
don't remember it.
Just
but-
getting back to the Phase 4. So it started
Yes.
with Black Widow. So yeah, I've seen up to movie-wise Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay, so
I've seen all those.
Just for your reference, have you seen Black Widow?
Nope. It's all clips.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. Did you see Shang-Chi?
Nope.
Yes.
Did you see Eternals?
Nope.
Yes.
Did you see Spider-Man No Way Home?
Is that the one
Yes.
with the 3 Spider-Mans in it?
Yes.
Spoiler alert. Did you see Doctor Strange?
No,
Yes.
I also didn't see Spider-Man. No way, I just saw clips.
And you seen Thor?
I didn't
You
see
didn't see
Doctor.
Thor. Okay.
I didn't see Doctor
So
Strange either. I
I've
just saw
seen-
clips.
I've seen them all as well.
So then-
Sean hasn't seen literally anything.
And then WandaVision clips, Falcon Winter Soldier none, Loki, the alligator scene, Moon Knight nothing, Miss Marvel don't know what that is, She-Hulk it's what?
She-Hulk, Attorney at
It's
Law.
like Harvey Birdman.
Yeah, I know. I
So
know.
let's see. TV-wise, I have not seen.
She-Hulk all just came out like that.
I haven't seen Miss Marvel.
Okay, I've watched like 2 episodes of Miss Marvel.
I've literally seen like none of this.
Garbage.
I've only just seen clips. I've seen who all died in that one movie, Doctor Strange. Spoiler alert, apparently, because we're
Loki was good.
Yeah, Loki was great.
The worst show I've
Was
ever
Winter-
seen of anything that Marvel has done in this whole world of Marvel is Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Really?
I despise
I thought it was
it.
alright.
I thought it was awful. I thought what they're saying, like what their points they were making was awful. Ultimately, what they're saying is, yeah, you know, you can be a terrorist, but you know, they had a reason. Their heart was in the right place. You know, we'll just let them go at the end. You know, you're a terrorist. You're a full blown. It was the most egregious use. It was the most woke crap. I hated it. It was horrible. What it was saying, the points it was saying, I thought was awful. But Black Widow, I thought was basically worthless. I don't know. I know why they made it. They're trying to throw her a bone, which I get. I think she deserved.
It could have been better.
She deserved a movie.
Hey, Taskmaster's awesome though. Not in the movie.
Not in the movie.
He's gonna be in Thunderbolts. She's gonna be in
she deserved a
Thunderbolts.
better movie.
She deserved a better movie. She deserved it like 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Right.
Hey, all I'm saying is in Phase 5, I want to see Thunderbolts and Blade. Everything else looks like crap.
Shang-Chi, I'll tell you what the problem with Shang-Chi was that there was no
no build
lead
up.
He just gets
Yeah.
dropped in.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Shang-Chi.
And Marvel usually is pretty good, but they blew it on him. He should have been introduced like 3 movies back,
Yeah.
had him in a couple little supporting roles,
Right.
and then he starts to gain something.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't.
I-
Eternals actually I liked.
Yeah, I enjoyed
people
Eternals.
don't
I was
like
like, fine.
Eternals.
Like they're getting more into the cosmic mystic stuff, which I'm kind of excited.
It was
about.
interesting, and I won't say I loved it, and I don't say I liked
Right.
every part of it. But on the whole, I went in
Oh.
thinking it was going to be garbage, and I actually liked
Oh,
it.
and no one in anything that's come out after Eternals is addressing the giant Eternal that's like
They're still laying.
that's like
it was done in
1/20th
Celestial.
away out
Celestial.
of the Earth's crust,
A
or Celestial. Yeah,
They're just sticking out of a sea
like
somewhere.
it's literally a hand and like part of their head.
Yeah, yeah. Nah,
They were just like, well, I'm going to high school now.
we're
Oh,
not
gosh.
talking about it. It's like
And Miss Marvel's
Don't
like,
talk about
oh man, I'm in high school.
Spider-Man. I thought was solid, but I
Yeah,
honestly
overhyped.
felt overhyped. Yeah, I thought it could have been better. I think they missed some things.
Great
Doctor
fan service,
Strange,
but-
I liked, but I think this was a letdown because there was so much there to do.
Oh, yeah.
You have literally introduced. It's called the multiverse of
Yeah.
madness.
You
and
go
you
to,
know
like,
what they
two
dec-
places.
Yeah, you know what they decided not to add? Anything about a multiverse.
Yeah.
Hardly anything was actually multiverse. You should have had people dropping in.
Yeah.
Everyone, and that's what everyone guessed. That's why all those fake things were out there about people in the movie.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise as Iron Man would have been great.
Yeah.
I feel like if we could have got that and Leonardo DiCaprio as Spider-Man, would have been both
Any
fantastic.
number of things could have been awesome, and it's just
Yeah.
like they didn't even need to be those big guys. It would have been great if you had Tom Cruise or one.
They
of those,
did. They did the dude as John whatever Krasinski or whatever his name is.
but it wasn't that way. It was like a completely new character that we're introduced to.
The reason I say this is like that was the one thing that sold tickets alone after people found that out because
Yeah.
that was the fan cast and
That's
like
a
everyone's
fan
like
cast.
and I was like man
And
they
Professor
listened.
X, like,
that was
was
a legacy.
cool.
That's a legacy character. Like they did a lot of
Yeah.
stuff where you're like holy crap.
But if
they
you
really
ask-
listened to a lot of people.
But if you actually seen that series of events that occurred with those characters, people were
We'll
not
just
so
spoil
happy with it.
Spoil it because
Spoiler.
They all
hold on. Spoiler for Doctor Strange 5, 4, 3.
So dumb. This
2,
movie's been out for a
1.
while.
Just in case, because you know.
They got murked.
Yeah. Big time.
Okay, so they
What
all
mouth?
they all got smashed. Yeah. They killed them all, and although one of those is, I think he's coming back. I have a
Who?
feeling that I feel like he will
Which
be
one?
Mr. Fantastic.
Well, yeah, he's. I think there's apparently the rumor is he's going to direct the movie.
Really?
The Fantastic Four.
The one dude who
John Krasinski?
that's
They've
that's the rumor.
I thought they already announced the director of Fantastic Four.
I don't know.
Well,
But that was
I
a
don't know.
rumor that he was going to direct it because he's been. People like his movies for the most
So,
part.
but again, I think they missed the mark here. I think they could have done a lot more with that. Thor.
We got Bruce Campbell, so shut up.
Yeah. I knew he'd pop in.
So,
Yeah.
so the last for Phase 4 is Black Panther.
Black Panther, I guess, is
Last
That's it?
movie for Phase 4.
Wakanda
So
forever.
no, did you like Thunder, Love and Thunder?
I did.
I enjoyed
Christian
it.
Bale. I
It was
watched all
okay.
his scenes
I
in
thought
it.
he did good. I thought the movie was. I don't like the super funny Thor stuff as much as I like the more dramatic Thor. But to be honest, the second Thor movie, when they made it, the whatever it was called,
Dark Clouds or Dark World.
Dark
World.
Matter, what Dark World, it wasn't great. It was pretty weak.
But Ragnarok, everyone loved that one.
People like Ragnarok, but it to me it was a little. I don't like the super tongue-in-cheek, campy. But if you're gonna go campy, huh?
They Gimli'd him.
Yeah, if you're gonna go campy though, I will say I like this Thor.
I
more
was
than
shocked.
Ragnarok.
I was more shocked that what's her face died. I bet money that Chris Hemsworth was done. I thought that was gonna be his last movie. Spoiler alert! Apparently,
He's back, bro.
I thought whoever Foster, was gonna get the suit and be Thor from now on. I thought, okay, we're
Thor.
moving the
Yeah,
lineage on.
Come to
Hannibal.
me. Come to me, Mjolnir. Come right now.
Come right now.
Come to my hand.
Tanakas. They screamed. Yeah, they did. Loki, I liked.
Yeah, Loki is.
The alligator was cute.
Loki Gator. I liked it. Or Loki Dial.
Loki.
Loki Dial.
Hawkeye was. I watched the whole thing. It was very weak.
Yeah.
It was weak. It was very weak with what's her name.
I
keep
feel-
trying to introduce all
yeah.
these female characters.
That's why I thought the Thor was gonna be the female.
Now, I will
thought,
say for
female
Hawkeye,
Avengers.
I will say for Hawkeye, what I did kind of like was how they kind of touched on the after effects of everything he's been through. It's like he's going deaf, he's getting old.
In the comics, that's what
Like,
happens too.
I kind of dig that part, but it's like I wish they would have explored that a little more. But
And again, my issue always with Marvel, it was too tongue in cheek. They could have went more dramatic. They didn't. They had this important part where he's losing his hearing. He's getting older. He's not a superhero like the others are.
Yeah.
He's
normal
he's just a
person.
really good
yeah.
shield agent.
And so he's already lost his other half, so to speak, with Black Widow, who was another non-superhero who died. So I feel like they could have done a lot with introducing her character, and I think she was constantly making these horrible one-off jokes.
Yeah.
It took you right out of it.
I think the concept of him like training a new Hawkeye, if you will, could have been cool, but they just didn't pull it off.
This was the one bright spot to me in all of Phase 4.
Moon Knight.
I really liked Moon Knight, and I felt there was some weakness to it, but
Yeah,
I
Moon
really
Knight was
liked it.
interesting.
And I like the actor; he's fantastic.
Oscar Wilde. Now he's officially
Oscar
been
Wilde.
in. Oscar
Famous
Isaac. Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde.
Sometimes laying in the gutter or whatever that expression is.
I did like the back and forth of him being inside his mind, and
He's been in almost every freaking Marvel thing right now, though, because he's also the voice of the End of the Spider-Verse.
And he's of
the
course
2099
he was
Star
Apocalypse.
Wars. He's
Yeah, he's-
also in Disney.
He was
Star Wars.
Apocalypse.
And he's Apocalypse.
Yeah, he was in almost every Disney incarnation, everything.
Oscar Isaac gets a
I have not. I will watch the rest of this because I need to. I want to be able to say for sure one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I did watch the first 2 episodes, and it's like watching a kid show, and it wasn't
Oh my
even a
God,
good kid
I
show.
love going to Marvel Avenger Fest.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
And I just the culture clash of what they're trying to make happen. It makes people, I think, at least it made me be like, okay, this is just stupid. like you're trying to sell something, but you're doing it in a way that it comes across very bizarre, because it's like they're trying to bring in her culture, which of course it's a Middle Eastern, Pakistani, whatever it is. It's Middle Eastern based, East Asian-esque. And with the culture that she has to deal with as becoming a hero, right? But there's things about it that I just hated. Like, okay, that might be a culture, but at the same point, it's like you're selling it in a bizarre way, and it kind of like undoes a lot of the stuff you're doing as creating a hero. I have not liked it. Shulk, attorney at law, it seems like
Hulk says bruh.
First episode premiered just a couple days ago.
I will watch this, and I'm just going off of what I see in the trailers, and I don't know how this was ever greenlit other than
Greenlit.
woke greenlit.
Hulk screen.
It's just wokeness to me. It's like we just got to keep pushing out every female character.
Is it gonna reveal more like Hulk lore?
What? There's no Hulk lore. She was an afterthought. She was the afterbirth of Hulk in the first place. Don't give me there's a She-Hulk based on Hulk. It's to be real, it's a stupid idea. It was a stupid idea in the comics. It wasn't great. They're just trying to sell books, come up with some new characters. It's not great. It's a character that doesn't need to be there right now.
But we got Tim Roth back.
Yeah, but no one cares.
I know.
Because they apparently can't make anything look good anymore in Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone looks like crap.
Yeah. The Abomination was so bad in the first Hulk movie.
His name fit.
Yeah. Like the one with the first Hulk movie they did.
Oh, with
Marvel
Eric Bana?
No. In the MCU
with Edward Norton.
With Edward Norton,
which
the
I
Abomination was
prefer.
rad in that. I mean, he
Still
looked
the best
ugly and dangerous and covered in spikes. But now they went kind of back to the comic version where he's got the fins. He looks like a little aquatic.
But why
man.
did he change?
I
From
don't
that movie
know.
to the other.
Good point.
There's no explanation.
I know it physically doesn't look good. I've seen that.
I would even say the Edward Norton's Hulk, I think, looks better. He looks more like.
Oh yeah,
I prefer
the
Hulk.
I prefer
Mark
that.
Ruffalo's look like, oh, just don't touch the top of his head.
Hi, I'm the.
Like,
how are
hey
you doing,
guys.
guys?
Don't.
I'm Smart Hulk. Gosh golly.
I find it kind of.
I had an argument about this the other day. They were like, he's the best Hulk. And I'm like, he's not.
Do you think this may sound really mean?
I said don't touch the top of his head. You know what? I'm on the same wavelength.
Yes. I don't think him as the way, at least at the very most, maybe I'm being judgmental, but at the way he's playing the character, he doesn't seem like he would be very smart. He seems like he might be something a little off. And then on top of it, the actor portraying him, to me,
It's real life.
doesn't seem like someone who I would ever expect to be a very smart person.
He's sweet, though.
He's super sweet. Whereas Edward Norton,
I wish it had worked out with Edward Norton.
Edward Norton in real life is actually smart. And,
He's actually a smart
and,
person.
And
and a great actor.
well, that's, I was going to say,
I think he's a far
a-hole.
better actor.
But I love him.
Which
I don't think he's.
I like.
I don't think so
Ruffalo
either.
Early Hulk, like Avengers, even Avengers 2, his early Hulk appearances.
Like when he was actually Hulk,
yeah,
not just him wandering around
Yeah.
being like, "Oh, guys,"
and like he's not far off. Trying to hide.
Yeah.
From society.
Yeah, because
I wish
all
we
that
would.
Hulk
I wish
smash.
we would have got Edward Norton and Robert Downey Jr.'s like their interactions, because that would have been so
That would've
quippy
been
and crappy.
See, they could have brought Edward Norton back as a one-off.
No, trust me, the multiverse. I was like, come on now,
Multiverse.
give him.
Yeah.
Would have been great just because to create.
He
was a big fan.
He was a comic book guy.
He's a huge fan, and that's why Marvel to me has never really hit a home run in my book. It's because they never really quite had.
Well,
their
Nicolas
finger
Cage
on
was
the
a
pulse.
Ghost Rider fan. Apparently, they wouldn't listen to anything he said. But
No,
then
but
again,
they just made that
Ah!
travesty.
so
Oh, the bees!
I always bring
oh, they're in my mouth.
I always bring this up. Edward Norton was like, I wanted to make a crappy Batman Begins with Hulk movies. I wanted 3 crappy Christopher Nolan Hulk movies. He's like, that's what I asked them to do. They wouldn't do it, and then
He wanted drama.
Yeah.
He wanted a dramatic, a good, well laid out story, and they were like, "Nah, we want to make some other stuff with some quippy lines."
Yeah, we want to make the Hulk like silly.
I want him to grab like a bad guy and smash him. And then people be like, "I remember when Hawk smashed him, or you smashed him." And he's like back and forth, smashed him. That was great.
sure we're still
because
recording.
people are
We are.
morons. I don't trust.
I mean, yeah, one of the best scenes in that first Hulk movie was like him trying to shoot himself with the gun in his mouth, and he instantly hulks out, and he
it
doesn't.
stops them.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Good drama.
Yeah.
But that's what Marvel loses.
Yeah.
They've traded out drama for stupid one-liners that aren't even good.
Because they're shooting for the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, lowest common. And I'm not even saying I hate every Marvel movie. I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying they're all bad individuals. It's just
Some of them are just kiddie.
They're like
There's
not
there's
good
real,
rewatchability.
No real peril, kitty,
Yeah.
and that. The ones I like, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I thought those were great.
A lot of people do. I hated those.
I know you did. Where's MODOK? Because I heard he's supposed to be one of these.
I heard that's he's going to pop up in something.
Ant-Man, I think.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
You hear who's probably going to play it? Oh, the rumor? Jim Carrey. That's been the super.
That would be hilarious.
But
Like,
he's gonna retire soon, is what I've he's been
just
talking about.
Big blown up floaty
No,
head.
so what they said it was gonna be it wasn't gonna be.
Or are they going like computer program?
A computer program.
Ah.
It's like
So
MODOK.
I want
the
the
computer
floaty head
program.
MODOK. We're talking about
because
the
he was
quantum
in,
realm.
Because
Let's
he
have
was
weird
in.
stuff.
What movie was he in?
hey, what?
Wasn't MODOK in one of the movies or something at one point in time?
MODOK has his own show.
No, but
Hulu.
wasn't he like a cameo in one of the movies? Like,
I don't think
MODOK?
so.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
are you sure? He
Unless it
wasn't a
was like
cameo?
written somewhere.
Oh no, I'm
Who
confused
knows?
with the Green Lantern movie. What's the name in the background? He started getting weird. Like his head got rolled. I'm trying to remember.
Brainiac? Oh, you mean
Oh, you're talking about the leader in the
Leader?
Hulk. The guy.
Yes,
that,
Leader.
The
So
guy
that
that
was-
restored Edward
Yeah,
Norton to
yeah.
back
Yeah,
being the
Leader.
Hulk,
That was-
and
so
the
that-
stuff got in the wound.
And
his
then that
head
was
and
it.
started, like,
But that was the whole point. He
That
was going to be.
what's his
yeah.
name? Excuse me, I think some of your folding money has become unstowed.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Yeah.
So it was Leader. It was Leader.
Yeah.
Because I kept thinking that was MODOK.
So the whole point of why we brought this up, though, is people's response to Phase 4. So Phase 4 is getting ready to end. And the issue that I have with Phase 4 is
Phase 5 is
it
short.
went nowhere. What have we really gotten out of
I
Phase
know.
4? It was
It's
supposed to be
like-
all these like other dimensions and all these things that are kind of connected with multiverse and yada yada. Kang and Loki, big deal. And then Phase 4 is getting ready to end.
Yeah, I would say the other phases have been more connected with each other than this.
They
has
fit
been.
way better.
Because, okay, my understanding is this is supposed to be the fallout from the blip. Like, everyone returning.
Which they've done a horrible job of.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what where they were going for. They've mentioned
And then
it
it
like
was
6 times.
It's going to start the whole, because of all that cosmic fallout or whatever, now we're getting into multiverse stuff. There's more alien cosmic stuff happening around the Earth and out in the cosmos. But I don't know. They just dropped the ball a little bit. I think.
Now here, just to let you all know,
Yeah.
this is what's confirmed for Phase 5 as far as film wise. Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania.
That's where possibly MODOK's going to be.
Yeah.
The big baddie.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the final
Which is
frontier.
Adam Warlock getting introduced more than likely.
Yeah, it's already confirmed.
Okay, and then the
The Marvels.
So-
And then we've got Ballad.
When I'm so ready for Blade.
I'm kind of interested in seeing that.
I just hope they do it justice. I still love the Wesley Snipes movies. Like they're all the first.
You said that weird. Like
Wesley
his name
Snipes.
is Wes
Wes
Lee
Lee
Snipes.
Snipes.
Wes-
You're
Oh, yeah, I
like
said-
Wes? Oh, Wes. Mr. Snipes. Wes, middle name Lee.
Wesley Snipes.
Blood.
My
Captain
favorites.
America: New World Order,
No
where they're
interest.
going to have a Falcon Captain America.
Yeah, it's for solo.
I'm excited, and also another movie that sounds dumb. I'm excited for Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, which is to me was an odd
Wait,
choice.
well, that's the Marvel Suicide Squad. That's what it literally
Yeah,
is.
that's really what
and
it
so
is.
what they've said.
So it's U.S. Agent
Yep.
that was introduced in.
The one show.
Mm-hmm.
Baron Zemos was also introduced in that
yeah.
show. Taskmaster is a part of that team. I don't know who all they're going to use, but
Maybe
so
Red Hulk.
Well, they might change out some.
So
of the things, yeah.
I read something where it's like what characters they could use that's already been introduced, and there's like 7 or 8 that's been introduced through the whole
Sure.
Marvel universe that they could use. One being Baron Zemos, Taskmaster, Red Hulk, and then
U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent. There's a couple more I couldn't remember. Oh, Ghost from Ant-Man.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
I
there's
remember
a
seeing
couple more.
So
Yeah.
for the television, what if season 2? But that I doubt that'll play much
Yeah.
role, but it might. Secret Invasion, which they've been leading to for a while. Echo, which again, it's one of those shows I'm just like, I don't think anyone will want to watch, and I don't think anyone cares. And the character that they introduced is a character that I didn't care one bit about in Hawkeye. Loki, which interesting to have a season 2 there where they take it. Ironheart, which one female character that has been introduced in Marvel that people have been interested in over the last 8
Yeah.
years. Riri Williams. playing Ironheart, which is a kind of taking over for the mantle of Iron Man. Agatha, Coven of Chaos, so it's a follow-up basically. It's almost like a part 2 to WandaVision. And Daredevil, Born Again.
Born Again.
Which he gets his yellow suit.
I'm interested in the Daredevil.
Daredevil, I'm just wanting to know what they do.
Right.
That's the first time they've done this.
Because I've heard this is going to be like a reboot.
Oh,
well, it's called Born Again, so I would have guessed it's going to be to me it's going to be a requel because it's the same actor. They've introduced him in Spider-Man. They introduced him in She-Hulk. So to me, I'm like, he's going to be a requel more than likely.
Are they going to bring back Punisher?
Well, Kingpin. Kingpin's already been in like some stuff. The same dude. So
guys, all I know is that there has been some leaks that people have leaked, and then they said that wasn't a leak. Some actors who have leaked things that then they said that wasn't a leak. I was just talking. So if you look it up, there are some characters that may or may not be on the way back. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the old
spoiler
making
thing.
sure we don't spoil things.
Sure.
Punisher was one of them.
Oh, okay.
I heard he had a huge problem about coming back because apparently I guess they reached him at one point in time like a year ago, 2 years ago. And he goes
John
like,
Barenthal?
Yeah, and he was like, I don't want to do it because they wanted to change it, and I guess his something along the lines that he didn't want it Disney-fied. He was like, I wanted it, and I felt it was a certain way.
It makes sense. The Punisher, should be awful for kids to watch.
I think he should get introduced in the next Spider-Man movie.
Long story
trying to kill
short,
Spider-Man.
I think it would be cool if they brought him in, but only on the terms where they actually make him the Punisher. Don't bring in some soft-sided. Like in the end, he never can hit a thing. The guns are going off and never hits.
Or
a
the
thing.
guns are just like non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Like that scene in Birds of Prey that did make me mad. Harley Quinn's in there just popping people with like a confetti gun. I'm like, she could be killing these people. Mind you, she's trying to be good now, but still.
I want to say this is where this ends. And I thank you all for being here. We want to thank our sponsors, don't we, Phil?
One of us.
Yes, yeah. Thanks again to Bebops, to
732. Here's your sign. Located in Carrollton. If you have any sign work that needs done, they do a lot of different things.
Shrub Hug.
Hug your shrubs.
Hug those shrubs. They have plenty of plants. Get up there and buy some. Great place. Tons of selection.
Absolutely.
And, of course, Bebops, thank you so much. And guess what, guys? We're pausing. We're stopping this right now. Because we're on our way to Bebops.
Literally, I was about to say we're getting close on time. I was looking this whole time going like, bro, they close at 9.
Guys, thanks all for checking in with us, listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yada yada yada.
Yadas and yadas.
Come play the Not So Amazing Rays October 15th. Goodbye.
I want my stuff back, thieves.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. Bye.